Alright, welcome. This is Nick Marine presenting Let's Learn Japanese, a course series for the self-study of Japanese from basics and beginnings up to intermediate and hopefully advanced. Today, as usual, it's Let's Read Japanese, so it's going to be Neon Genesis Evangelion, episodes 17 and 18, so we're getting close to the end of this. So again, up above is going to be playing the video. You probably won't be able to see most of it. It's going to be having the subtitles showing on top of it, and off the side just going to be the text that I'll be reading, and while the audio plays, see something I don't know, pause it and look it up. Yep, kind of goes like that. It's a difficult way of doing it. It can be difficult at times, like when you first start out. In fact, but again, the idea is like as you're hearing, you do hear how a native pronounces words, and I think that's the most important part when you get into reading. Reading is actually, in my opinion, and some people agree with this. Again, reading is actually easier of the two between listening and reading, as far as the input comprehension goes. Of course, the problem is, the subvocalization happens is you're going to probably mispronounce it in your head. And if all you're doing is reading, then probably the accent you're going to have when you do try to speak this out is going to be, very strong foreign accent as far as the language is concerned. But, if you're hearing it, then what hopefully is happening is your brain starts mimicking what it hears when it does do normal reading. And then hopefully the idea is like because of this, and it became comprehensible, when you did hear it, because thanks to the text, and you're looking at the text, and it does help make sure that what you're hearing is comprehensible. You might repeat it in your head as well. So it just, basically, it starts hearing what the correct sound pattern should be. And, the brain's really good at picking up patterns, really good at that. And so it just starts, by giving it so much to eat, basically, consume, then you give it so many patterns that again it's going to start doing its job, which is as far as again, there's lots of fields of studies as to how how the brain works. So this isn't like explaining how the brain works. This is us saying, hey, the brain is able to do this, so hey, let's just give it something we know it can do. The how it can do it is not really relevant as long as it can work. We don't know. I mean, obviously, people pick up their first language not even bothering to read. You don't need to read to learn a language, obviously. But it seems to help speed up the process. I get the feeling like people who are well-read probably are more likely to be more well-spoken. I don't know if I could be wrong. I mean, again, maybe I'm just, again, trying to justify something after the fact. So I want to be careful about that. If for nothing else, it is fun. So let that be the thing. If that can trump anything else, if something that is enjoyable to do, you're more likely to do it. If it also is productive, all the better. Because I have done, you'll find people who will probably watch anime just with English subtitles, and they think that they're learning that way. They are learning so slow as to not be learning at all. And I remember I got into this. It wasn't even an argument. This person just refused to concede any point, so that makes it that would make it useless as far as arguments goes. But just to, that the idea that they could learn one word after spending like hours of time watching anime, that meant that you were able to learn with it. It's like, yeah, no, but it's, again, it's like a distinction looking at. No, I forgot the good way of terming it, of expressing that point. But it's just like it's like a splitting a hair so fine as to you're not don't even have anything resembling hair left. It's like it's beyond the point that it can, but unfortunately, the way humans react to it, humans probably can react to the idea of like, hey, you've got a 0.0002% chance of dying, okay, or 99.99998% chance of living. You can tell somebody that, and in their mind, they're going to be locked onto that small chance. They are so locked onto that small chance. Whereas numbers at that magnitude matter in the big grand scope of things. So like when we talk percentages, that's that they're the groups that don't understand about the chance of something happening versus now the amount that it happened, how much amount. There's two different things. And again, the way we approach things here, is we try to aim for the best chance of best best chance for success. So again, don't learn all 2,000. Yeah, you're going to have to learn 2,000 kanji eventually. But okay, don't learn them all at the start. Okay, there is a specific cases where learning all 2,000 kanji or Joyo kanji at the start can be useful. Most of us are not in that situation. One of the few cases that works, like if you're going to a intense language school that's going to be doing 8 to 12 hours of classes a day, 6 or 7 days a week. That type of intense studying, yeah, throwing kanji into the mix early on as fast as possible and then starting picking up vocabulary, that could work. You can also do it in this manner. It still works just as well, where again, learn kanji in bulk and then learn some vocabulary in bulk and keep going on to make sure the input is getting into there. There are some benefits to that, and there are some success cases. We've seen that. It just that said, though, maybe a majority of people, if they start learning Japanese, aren't going to stick with it. They might give up. Then they come back. And you want to make sure, like, hey, for those types of people, okay, what if you made sure a system that's still effective, but also helps them if you do get the group of people who aren't going at it like full bore from the start. They leave and come back, leave and come back. And again, a method like this kind of works in that, start off, you learn hiragana, katakana, learn about 1,000 words using hiragana, katakana, most common words. And the good thing about Japanese, you can learn a lot of Japanese without any kanji. That is possible. By learning those words, you're not only learning how to read them, but also listen to them. Hence the reason why we use Tango in 5, because that's half of its audio, half of its text, when you think about it. Then come back, learn 500 kanji, now learn 1,500 words from the Tango N4 book. Okay, cool. So you're at 500 words, and you're at 500 kanji, 2,500 vocabulary, 2,000 to 2,500 vocabulary. There's nothing like hard here. Then come back, study another 500 kanji in bulk, and then go and learn another 2,000. And you have to do. You can do these parallel. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from doing it in parallel. Just that it might be better if you don't do it in parallel. In that, when you're going through the N3 book, part of those 500 kanji that you were supposed to study in bulk prior are going to be popping up in those vocabulary. If you don't happen to know that kanji, then you got to take time out to learn that kanji real quick. First how to recognize it, maybe what its basic meaning is, and then you got to learn how to use it in that vocabulary word. So that could be, when you think about like 2 or 3 things, and you're trying to make sure that when you're learning vocabulary, you just worry about learning the word, and in that word, it might use a particular kanji that you already know about. So that just makes things a little easier. So yeah, learning in parallel, to be effective, you have to make so many compromises as to means that it can only be used in that specific way. Whereas, and I've seen a book that didn't. Now, if you've ever seen Japanese from Zero, it does that, but it does it with hiragana and katakana. Like it kind of slowly introduces hiragana in the first book, and then katakana slowly in the second book, and it just. It might work. I just don't think it. It's just probably better. Just hey, look, take your 6 to 10 hours, learn hiragana, katakana. Then take about the 30 to 50 hours to learn. I don't know how many 15. See that. Let's say 30 to 60 hours to learn 1,000 vocabulary words, and then come back, spend another 30 hours or so learning 500 kanji, and then another 60 to 100 hours learning 2,000 vocabulary words. It just probably is better that way in doing these in chunks than trying to do everything in parallel. Just a feeling. I could be wrong. And yeah, sorry about talking about this so long. Anyway, sorry about turning this into a blog. I apologize. Let's just do this with the Let's Read. Alright, so we're starting up on Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is episode 17 and 18. Last episode was viral infection, right? And something. No, it wasn't a viral infection. It was the. Is it the one with the trip? But anyway, the one with the shadow that absorbed the Evangelion and talked to him that way. So let's continue on from that. You're getting more and more that, okay, something else beyond just this alien attacks is happening. I mean, there's somehow the alien attacks are going on schedule. So whether or not that means that it's expected to happen on a schedule or it's being brought about by humans. We don't know. So again, it's an interesting story. And again, it's an anime from 24 years ago. It was definitely before. So this anime came out before The Matrix, but it was kind of cool in that you do had some. I like that. Just as The Matrix kind of had some philosophical discussions or whatnot, then also I can see how you would be getting it with this as well. It's a good story. I'll admit. It might get even better as I get through these last episodes. It's just, again, my only main complaint has been with this. The one Asuka's character is just that I find that she takes away from the story. Beyond that, everything else is actually quite enjoyable. Misato's character even was kind of the, it's like a bit like Asuka's character, but at least she had two sides, and it was enjoyable. But whereas Asuka's character seems to only have one side, so she has, Misato's character has a fun-loving side and then the serious side, and she can keep the two separate. This Asuka's character seems like she cannot separate the two, so it's it's always on all the time. It just takes away from the enjoyment. Okay, let's get started. Take the microphone down to 30, episode 17. All right, let's get started.
今回の事件の唯一の当事者である初号機パイロットの直接尋問を拒否したそうだな。
直接尋問拒否。
桂木さん。
はい、彼の情緒は大変不安定です。今ここに立つことが良策とは思えません。
では聞こう。代理人桂木さん。
さっきの事件、人が我々人類にコンタクトを試みたのではないのかね。
試みる。
被験者の報告からはそれを感じ取れません。イレギュラーな事件だと推定されます。
彼の記憶が正しいとすればな。
記憶の外的操作は認められませんが。
外的操作。
エヴァの AC レコーダーは作動していなかった。確認は取れまい。
使徒は人間の精神、心に興味を持ったのかね。
その返答はできかねます。果たして使徒に心の概念があるのか。
果たして使徒の概念。
人間の思考が理解できるのか。全く不明ですから。
今回の事件には使徒がエヴァを取り込もうとしたという新たな要素がある。
要素。新たな要素が。
これが予測される第13使徒以降と
予測され
リンクする可能性は？
これまでのパターンから人同士の組織的なつながりは否定されます。
組織的
はよ、単独行動であることは明らかだ。これまではな。
それはどういうことなのでしょうか。
君の質問は許されない。
はい。
以上だ、下がりたまえ。
はい。
wondered something. 下がりたまえ。
どう思うかね、碇君。
使徒は知恵を身につけ始めています。
知恵。身につけ知恵を身につけ始めています。
残された時間は
あとは
4人目の適学者candidate, the fourth candidate, qualified candidate. あとわずか there's some amount, few.
ずかということか。
12号室のクランケ？
クランケ？ Is that the name? クランケ。12号。
例のいい事件の救急でしょ。ここで入院してから随分経つわね。なかなか難しいみたいよ、あの怪我。まだ小学生なのに。今日も来てるんでしょ、あの子。
そうそう、週2回は必ず顔出してんのよ。妹思いのいいお兄さんよね。
鈴原。
本当？今時珍しいわね、あんな男の子。
レイ、今日はいいのか？
はい、明日赤木博士のところに行きます。
博士赤木博士のと
明後日は学校へ。
明後日、あさって day after tomorrow. 明後日 It's a very rare way, not a common way of saying it. 明後日よ。
学校はどうだ？
問題ありません。
そうか、ならばいい。
起立！礼！着席！
ああ、今日の休みはいつもの綾波と間か。
健介、どうしたの？
新横須賀、今日も戦艦の追っかけや。妙高とか言うんが入校しとるんやと。
戦艦入校日本校。
鈴原、
はいはい。
後で綾波にプリントを届けておくように。
はい。
届けておくように。Okay. I like how it's just a little tiny dot, but you realize, like, yeah, that's a big dot if you're like right near it. Oh yeah, sorry. Teisatsuki. Internal investigations? Reconnaissance. 計画機からデータ。
消滅？
消滅？
確かに第二支部が消滅したんだな。
はい、全て確認しました。消滅です。
参ったわね。
上の管理部や調査部は大騒ぎ。総務部はパニクってましたよ。
総務部。
で、原因は未だ分からず。手がかりはこの静止衛星からの映像だけで。
手がかりはこの静止衛星。So, Seishi is I know this is a satellite, but Seishi. So I guess that's geosynchronous. Okay, let's see. Synchronous sensing. Okay. Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, that sort of makes sense. Geosynchronous orbit, but usually your spy pit satellites don't want to be in geosync orbit. That's you want communications to be that, not. But okay. I guess you want to make sure you always have a view of it, you know. But problem is, like, you're like 26,000 miles away instead of like 60 or 70 miles away. I mean, it's a big fucking difference. So 停止衛星からの映像だけで。
あとは何も残ってないの。10 seconds. 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1コンタクト。ひどいわね。エヴァンゲリオン4号機並びに半径89キロ以内の関連研究施設は
半径So, 関連 is that United Nations or? 救急設置関連救急設置は
全て消滅しました。
消滅しました。
数千の人間も道連れにね。
タイムスケジュールから推測してドイツで修復した S2 機関の搭載実験中の事故と思われます。
搭載実験中、S2 エンジン機関搭載実験 Oh, installation experiment in the middle of the installation experiment 事故が思われます。
予想される原因は材質の強度不足から設計初期段階のミスまで。
材質 So that's the materials or elements, right? 共同不足から strength。
32,768通りです。
So, okay, so 30,000 different types of mistakes could have caused this problem. Any
妨害工作の線もあるわね。
妨害工作の線も。
でも爆発ではなく消滅なんでしょ。つまり消えたと。
多分リラックの海に飲み込まれたんでしょうね。さっきの初号機みたく。
じゃあせっかく直した S2 機関も。
パーよ、夢はついえたわね。
夢はついたわね。
よくわからないものを無理して使うからよ。
それはエヴァも同じだわ。
で、残った3号機はどうするの？
ここで引き取ることになったわ。米国政府も第一支部までは失いたくないみたいね。
3号機と4号機はあっちが建造権を主張して強引に作っていたんじゃない。
剣との主張
今さら危ないところだけうちに押し付けるなんて。虫のいい話ね。
虫のいい話ね。
あの惨劇の後じゃ誰だって弱気になるわよ。
惨劇 pitiful disaster. Let's see. Tragedy. 惨劇。惨劇の後じゃ。
で、起動試験はどうすんの？例のダミーを使うのかしら？
これから決めるわ。試作されたダミープラグです。
That's a prototype. Trial foot. Experimental. I think prototype would be a better word.
レイのパーソナルが移植されています。ただ人の心、魂のデジタル化はできません。あくまでフェイク、疑似的なものです。
疑似。
パイロットの思考の真似をするただの機械です。
信号パターンをエヴァに送り込む。エヴァがそこにパイロットがいると思い込み、 シンクロさえすればいい。初号機と2号機にはデータを入れておけ。
まだ問題が残っていますが。
構わん。エヴァが動けばいい。
はい。
機体の運搬は UN に一任してやる。
一任してやる。
週末には届くだろう。あとは君の方でやってくれ。
はい。調整。で、並びに起動試験は松代で行います。
テストパイロットは？
ダミープラグはまだ危険です。現候補者の中から
現候補者 So that's a candidate 候補者現候補者の中から
4人目を選ぶか。
はい。一人速やかにコアの準備が可能な子供がいます。
一人する
任せる。
はい。
レイ、上がっていいぞ。
はい。
食事にしよう。
はい。起立。レイ。
さーて飯や飯、学校最大の楽しみやからな。
学校最大
お弁当持ってきてないの？
昨日は宿題で作る暇なかったんだよ。
だからってこの私にお昼なしで過ごせってのあんたは。
なんや、また夫婦喧嘩かいな。
違うわよ。
何を改まって。
何よ改まって
松代での3号機の起動実験。テストパイロットは4人目を使うわよ。
4人目？フォースチルドレンが見つかったの？
昨日ね。
マルドゥック機関からの報告は受けてないわよ。
正式な書類は明日届くわ。
正式な書類は明日届くわ。
赤木博士、また私に隠し事してない？
赤木博士、
別に。
まあいいわ。で、その選ばれた子って誰？よりにもよってこの子なの。
よりにもよって、sounds like a phrase. よりに。よりにもよって。
仕方ないわよ。候補者を集めて保護してあるのだから。
候補者は全てよ。
話しづらいわね、このこと。あ、つかはいいのよ。エヴァーに乗ってることにプライドかけてるから。レイは例外としてもね。いいことないもの、私たちとエヴァーに関わったって。それを一番よく知ってるのがシンジ君だものね。これ以上辛い思いはさせたくないわ。
でも私たちにはそういう子供たちが必要なのよ。みんなで生き残るためにはね。
綺麗事はやめろというの。
I wonder if something that's a phrase. Wait a minute. 綺麗事。
鈴原、今日から終盤なんだからちゃんとやりなさいよ。
終盤なんだから。
何のことや。
プリント届けてくれって先生が言ったでしょ。
なんや委員長、相方がおるやろ。
相方があるやろ。
綾波さんは今日休み。
綾波とわしなんか。そらしゃあないな。でも女の家に一人じゃ行けへんしな。
それなら私が一緒に。
シンジ、帰り頼むわ。
Slight crush?
綾波、入るよ。
女の部屋に黙って入るんはようないと思うで。
ようないと。
しょうがないよ。ここに入れても見ないだけだし。邪魔するよ。
なんや、これが女の部屋かいな。不愛想やな。
かわいそうやな。かわいそう。かわいそう。Not unlovable. So it feels like a risk. I guess not Spartan. Spartan would be a bad term. I guess utilitarian would be good. Brusqueness. Unsociable. Okay. Why so? Why so? Why so? 不愛想やな。
なんや、勝手にいじって叱られるで。
片付けてるだけだよ。
わしは手伝わんで。男のすることやない。
手伝わんで。So I can see why that's the Kansai Ben. You know, I guess you could study it a little bit differently. I mean, everybody. Some people come up, they're like, "Oh, I want to learn Kansai Ben," like just that type of that way of speaking Japanese. It just it's going to be helpful to know how to understand what they're saying, especially if you're going to be hearing a lot of people talk in that manner. But I wonder if like it's different than, I guess, accents, since it's there are actually phrases, like certain regional phrases and whatnot that go with that.
で 美里さんに嫌われるよ、そういうの。
かまへん、わしの信念やからな。
構わない構わない、信念全く信じて信念やからな。
ほんま変わったな。
何が？
シンジや。
変わったな。
初めて会った時は正直いけすかんやっちゃと思うとったけど、
初めて会った時は正直いい子。正直いけすかんやっちゃっと。
人のために何かやるやつとも思えんかったし。ま、要するに余裕なんやろな、そないなことは。
要するに余裕なの。
お邪魔しとるで。
何？
あれが溜まってたプリントや。
ごめん、勝手に片付けたよ。ゴミ以外は触ってない。
ありがとう。
ほんまエヴァのパイロットって変わりもんばっかりやな。
かわいいもんばっかりやな。
ありがとう。感謝の言葉。初めての言葉。あの人にも言ったことなかったのに。
Yeah, so that went smoothly. Yeah, Kenshin, yeah, it's not that I hate dialects, it's just that I know that it's good to know, like, okay, yeah, this is a dialect, because since those are going to be hard to find in dictionaries. Now, Kanzai is obviously common enough where you're going to be seeing it more, you're going to see it more often, but the, if it's something from like Okinawa or far north in Hokkaido, or maybe in some of the other islands, then it's might be more difficult to understand, like, okay, like to try to figure out, like, oh yeah, this is just a dialect thing. It's not like a new vocabulary that needs to be learned. So for me, it's just like, once I figured that out, yeah, I still want to know what it is, because it'll keep popping up. But it's also like, you don't have to stress, like, oh, I got to get this down perfect. As far as the story goes, yeah, as far as the story goes, this is pretty good. It was a very quiet. It starts off, this first half starts off pretty quiet, so that's good to know. In fact, this episode is kind of like doing a build up, I know, to the next episode. This is like, it's not like finishing the second one. Sorry, something weird's happening on TV, so, but watched it earlier in my immersion, I couldn't understand. Kikoeru. Umi ga kikoeru? So you can hear the ocean in Tosai then. Really? Oh, I didn't know that was Tosai. I mean, that sounds like just a normal phrase. Or maybe it's a phrase that means something a little bit more than just what a direct translation would, in which case. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
街、人の作り出したパラダイスだな。
かつて楽園を追い出され、死と隣り合わせの地上という世界に逃げるしかなかった人類。その最も弱い生物が弱さゆえ手に入れた知恵で作り出した自分たちの楽園だよ。
自分を死の恐怖から守るため、自分の快楽を満足させるために。
快楽、
自分たちで作ったパラダイスか。この街がまさにそうだな。
まさにそうだな。
自分たちを守る武装された街だ。
武装された街だ。
敵だらけの外界から逃げ込んでる臆病者の街さ。
敵だらけの海外から逃げ込んでる臆病者、臆病者の街さ。うん、臆病者。
臆病者の方が長生きできる。
Yeah. A coward's way is a way to live in a long time.
それもよかろう。第三神道教師ネルフの偽装迎撃要塞都市。
偽装。ネルフの偽装迎撃。ネルフの偽装迎撃。要塞都市。逃げ要塞都市。
遅れに遅れていた第7次建設も終わる。いよいよ完成だな。
いよいよ完成
だ。4号機の事故を委員会にどう報告するつもりだ。
事実の通り原因不明さ。
しかしここに来て大きな損失だな。
4号機と第2支部はいい。S2 機関もサンプルは失ってもドイツにデータが残っている。ここと初号機が残っていれば十分だ。
しかし委員会は結相を書いていたぞ。
結相を変える。今回は結相を変えていったぞ。
予定外の事故だからな。
定外の事故だからな。
ゼーレも慌てて行動表を修正しているだろう。
行動表。
視界文書にない事件も起こる。
視界文書にない事件も起こる。
老人にはいい薬だよ。
うん。
せっかく
並びに
ここの迎撃システムが完成するのに祝賀パーティーの一つも予定されていないとは。
祝賀パーティーの一つも。
ネルフってお堅い組織だね。
硬いよね。
碇司令がああですもの。
君はどうなるかな。
By the way, I hate when people do that. You know, it's just like maybe I'm probably guilty of doing it now and again, but it's like, yeah, try to get the trash in the trash can, and if it's full, maybe find another. You don't have to stuff a trash can beyond the point of it being useful.
いいんですか、梶さん。桂木さんや鍵先輩に言っちゃいますよ。
その前にその口を塞
ぐ。
塞ぐ。
仕事進んでる？
いや、ぼちぼちだな。
ぼちぼちだな。
では私は仕事がありますからこれで。
あなたのプライベートに口出すつもりはないけど。この非常時にうちの若い子に手出さないでくれる？
君の管轄ではないだろう。
管轄。君の管轄ではないんだろう。
桂木ならいいのかい？
これからの返事次第ね。地下のアダムとマルドゥック機関の秘密知ってるんでしょ？
はって。
とぼけないで。
とぼけないで。Don't be stupid. してるながら、play down. とぼけないで。
他人に頼るとは君らしくないな。
なりふり構ってらんないの。
なりふり構って。
余裕ないのよ今。
都合よくフォースチルドレンが見つかる。この裏は何？
一つ教えとくよ。マルドック機関は存在しない。影で操っているのはネルフそのものさ。
操ってるのは影で操ってるのはなるほど。
ネルフそのもの。碇試練が。
コード707を調べてみろ。
707。シンジ君の学校を。
美里さん、
何？
律子さんが明日からの出張の打ち合わせだって。
打ち合わせ。出張の打ち合わせ。
分かったわ、ありがとう。また今度ね。
はいはい。
また今度ね。
たまにはどうだ？お茶でも。
僕、男ですよ。カジさんってもっと真面目な人だと思ってました。
安心してる相手だと遠慮がないな。碇シンジ君。
すいません。
いや、こっちこそすまない。嫌味のつもりはないんだ。そうだ、一ついいものを君に見せよう。
スイカですか？
ああ、可愛いだろ。俺の趣味さ。みんなには内緒だけどな。何かを作る、何かを育てるのはいいぞ。いろんなことが見えるし分かってくる。楽しいこととかな。
辛いこともでしょ。
辛いのは嫌いか？
うん。
好きじゃないです。
楽しいことを見つけたかい？それもいいさ。けど辛いことを知ってる人間の方がそれだけ人に優しくできる。それは弱さとは違うからな。はい、もしもし。桂木から今からシンクロテストをやるそうだ。
やはりそうだわ。シンジ君のシンクロ率が落ちてきている。
どういうこと？
何とも言えないわ。ただ先の事件の時何かがあったんでしょうね。精神的なものが。
ますます3号機のパイロット話しづらいわね。
でも本人には明日正式に通達されるわよ。
通達 should be delivered. Transfer, transport, right? Notification. 通達される。
起立！気をつけ！レイ！
さあ、飯や飯。
鈴木原当時。校内放送。
地球校長室まで。
地球校長室まで。
なんや。なんかやったの？いや、心当たりないわ。 鈴
心当たりないわ。
原当時入ります。
鈴原当時君ね。
昨日の新横須賀どうだったの？
So I guess he got picked. Let's see. Shinji's mother died or disappeared. Rei, we don't know anything about her. Asuka just is driven, wants to be the best. So got arrogance and pride there. Don't know. Not seeing too much of a pattern. Other than Toji's sister was injured, like seriously injured. They were mentioning that at the beginning of the episode, so maybe there's some pattern there.
Bachishi.
Let's see if this is a phrase. Bachishi. Bachishi.
ところで、ちょいと気になる情報を仕入れたんだけど。
ちょいと。ところで、ちょいと。It's fortunate or good. ちょいと。ちょいと気になる。知れたんだけど。
エヴァ3号機？
そう、アメリカで建造中だったやつさ。完成したんだろ。
知らないな。
隠さなきゃならない事情もわかるけど。なあ、教えてくれよ。
本当に聞いてないよ。
松代の第二実験場で。
松代。
起動試験をやるって噂知らないのか？
知らないよ。
パイロットはまだ決まってないんだろ。
わからないよそんなの。
俺にやらしてくんないかな、美里さん。なあ、シンジからも頼んでくれよ。乗りたいんだよ、エヴァーに。
本当に知らないんだよ。
じゃあ4号機が欠番になったって話は？
欠番になった。
何それ？
本当にこれも知らないの？第二支部ごと吹っ飛んだって。パパの
飛んだって風などに勢いで飛ぶ。消えてなくなる。第二支部ごと飛んだって飛んだって。
ところは大騒ぎだったみたいだぜ。
本当に？
おそらくは。
美里さんからは何も聞いてない。
やっぱ末端のパイロットには関係ないからな。
やっぱ末端のパイロットには
言わないってことは知らなくてもいいことなんだろ。シンジにはさ。すまなかったな、変なこと聞いて。しかし当時のやつは遅いな。
我々人類はセカンドインパクトというこの世の地獄から再び立ち上がったのです。今は年々子供の数も減ってきています。
遅れてすまんです。
話は聞いてる。席に着きなさい。これから
席に着きなさい。
からの時代を担う君たち若い世代が
さあ帰ろうぜ。
当時は？
あいつは遅くなるよ。当番だからな。
結構出る気よ。So, end of school announcement. 下校の時刻です。
鈴原、終盤なんだからちゃんと机並べて日誌つけなさいよ。
日誌？日誌につけなさいよ。
わし昼飯まだやったんやで。終わったらやるわ。
鈴原っていつも購買部のお弁当だね。
購買部、学校なので、So I guess commissary would be in there from that. School commissary. いつも購買部。
作ってくれるやつもおらんからな。
おらんからな。
鈴原くん、私兄弟が2人いてね。名前は児玉とのぞみ。いつもお弁当私が作ってるんだけど。
そら難儀やな。
難儀？難儀？苦しむこと、苦労、hard work, hardship, burden. それ難儀だな、やな、難儀やな。
だからこう見えても私意外と料理うまかったりするんだ。だから私いつもお弁当の材料余っちゃうの。
そらもったいないな。残飯処理ならいくらでも手伝うで。
残飯処理なら
手伝って。
第三3区の携帯移行試験。
梶さん。
アスカか。すまない、今ちょっと忙しいんだ。後にしてくれ。
ミサトには合ってるくせに。
こら今はダメだ。
これ私たちのシンクロデータね。4人？何これ、どういうこと？フォースチルドレンがなんでこいつなの？いや、わかんないわ。何なのこ
米国ナルフ第一支部。包丁。It is 包丁、right? 包丁で切る音。
アメリカから起動試験のため、
起動試験、アメリカから起動試験のため
エヴァ3号機が松代に届く。
松代に。
人々は明日の惨劇も知らず。
ゲットも知らず。Oh, tragedy, right? 惨劇。tragedy、惨劇。明日の惨劇も知らず。
最後の日常を謳歌していた。
最後の日常を犯して犯して Let's see something real quick. Wooka. Wooka. Fate's choice. Okay, cool. All right, so that was again like a slow episode, so it goes by a little bit faster. Let's see, the time is it came up to about an hour, yeah, but I think it's because again I'm pausing and looking at stuff, but I didn't feel like I was like struggling with the vocabulary, so it's hard to say. It's just the nature of it. Like, for some reason, again, depending on the amount of, maybe because there was a lot more talking in this, and usually if there's a lot of action, then you're just going to be seeing a lot. It fills up a lot more screen time. But it didn't feel like there was. It felt like there were a lot of dialogue. There was no dialogue, or just background stuff. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. I look at the time, and it's like saying, "Oh yeah, an hour has passed," because I started about 13 minutes into the broadcast. So that means that this still took me about an hour to get through. Let's see, make sure I'm not. No, okay. Make sure nothing got put on there. Okay, so it's about 3 o'clock here. Part of me is like thinking maybe again split this up over 2 days. Have to think about it. Only because like I said, it's in fact, I'll tell you what, let me message. Okay, I'll try that. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick break, hopefully see if my wife messages me and see what the schedule is for the rest of the day. If that's the case, then I'll make a decision on whether or not to do the next episode, because I know it's going to take about another, hour or so to get through it, just because, again, it's just been the pace on what these have been like. Alright, so let me just take a quick break. Let's see, where's the remote?
そんな彼女を洗うときは素手で丁寧に洗うのが横川流。しかし背中を洗うときは
筋肉が大きくなりすぎて背中に手が丸くなっちゃったんで、こういうしか方法がなくなっちゃったんですよ。
さらに寝るときにある問題が。
横向いて寝れないですよ。なんかそれで横向いて寝ようとするとこうなっちゃうんですよ。枕の高さが足んなくなっちゃって、一生横向きに寝れない体になっちゃった。
そんな筋肉変人横川が自分より変人だと思う人物とは。
イラストのシルエットでクイズを出すみたいな。またクイズ。何の動物でしょう。
Yeah, I tell you what, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll stop it for right now, and so I'll tell you what, let's turn back the audio real quick. Okay. Yeah, on TV, it's this, I guess it's like this Japanese bodybuilder, and he's talking about some of the problems he has. Like, one of the things is like, and I've had the problems as well, when you get larger shoulders, and you're trying to lay down, if you're trying to lay down on your side, like imagine here's the pillow, right? So your head, you know, at least, now the way I solve it is, the pillow, I just like get 2 or 3 pillows and stack it up, so I'm laying on my side, and then that way my head stays straight. And then if I lay on my back, I don't need a pillow at all. I'll actually put pillows under my feet, and it's, yeah. So that's how I would normally sleep. But I do enjoy sleeping on my side, personally. But yeah, I do need like, you know, like stack like 2 or 3, or I'll fold a pillow over so it's like a little thicker, so it just holds my head up. So my head's just not, you know, sleeping is like this. It just can't do it that way. Yeah. Because I used to do also, like I'd use my arm as a pillow, like that, when laying on the side. But the problem is, like, slowly you start putting a lot of pressure on that, and just by the torque that you're putting on your shoulder over the night, I mean, that's just gonna, it just starts getting sore, and just better if you don't sleep in that way, like you're not putting any pressure on the joints, or minimize as much as you can, because that will build up, the problems will build up over time, even if like the first few days or weeks it's comfortable, but then yeah, you will start to see problems. Just something, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actually I remember, like in the Navy, it's if you ever seen the U.S. Navy, like we have ships that like you got about I want to say 2.5 feet or so, about 30 inches of clearance, because it's like usually you have about 3 racks. So, and it's what's called a coffer rack. So the actual bed will lift up, and then beneath there's your storage space underneath it for a majority of the coffins. But the I'm sorry, something weird on TV as well. So the I remember like when I started doing a little bit more strength training and whatnot. So you know, you started putting on some more muscle mass, and then I remembered like it was. Since it wasn't really necessarily like full bodybuilding, just I started doing a lot more arm-related, shoulder-related strength training and whatnot, and so my shoulders started getting a little bit bigger. And I remember like all of a sudden my not all of a sudden, but slowly, like it seemed like I'm laying on my side in the coffin rack, and all of a sudden my shoulders are now like pressing up against the top. So it's just like the clearance wasn't, yeah, that clearance just wasn't enough anymore. So it just, yeah, sleep on stomach. I don't sleep on my stomach mainly because I've got because of the makes it harder for me to breathe. Because again, I am fat, so there's a lot of fat in my stomach and whatnot, midsection, but it's also muscle, so that will, yeah, it just makes it harder to breathe. I mean, I can still do it. That's why I prefer to lay on the side. Like when I'm breathing, I'm not fighting gravity, you know, from pressing down on the stomach from when I'm laying on my back, or when I'm sleeping on my stomach. Then obviously your whole body weighs out on your stomach for breathing. But yeah, if I'm on my side, then yeah, there's no pressure one way or another, so it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, yeah, so my wife's going to be coming home soon, so I'm going to call off so I'll probably stop it here for now. Sorry about talking about sleeping and whatnot, it just happened to be on TV. So I just thought it was kind of interesting. It's just that, yeah, if you start with bodybuilding or strength training where you're just going to be putting on muscle mass, just realize like there's going to be give and takes, because the heavier you are, the more stress you're putting on your body just through doing daily activity. That's just the nature of it. And I'm a heavy guy, so even if I were like I'm like 30% body fat. Let's see, yeah, roughly about 30% body fat. So that's like, you know, morbidly obese would be the term there. I carry it well, but anyway, but yeah, even if I got down to like 15%, I would still be about 10 or 15%, which would be a good range for body fat. I would still be about, you know, like 200 to 220 pounds. So I'd still be a pretty big guy. And I'm not that tall. I'm only like 5'8" or 5'9", you know, on a good day. And the, yeah, so that's just, yeah, so I, you know, even if low body fat, will still look fat when you're wearing clothing, just because that's just how stuff how the clothes will hang off of you. But yeah, as far as the weight itself is concerned, yeah, it's unfortunately just the way it is. So it's a give and a take. So it's a I still think, and I've heard this said, and I think it's true though, people may not want to be as heavy. Like people, let's say, who are big might say they wish they were smaller, or people who are small wish they were bigger. So, you know, you might hear that. Some people who are tall may wish they were a little shorter. People that are short wish they were a little taller. So people do that. But I don't think anyone's ever said where they were strong and they wish they were weaker. Now, they might wish they were lighter, like they could be just as strong but less muscle mass. That would be great. Like they could be, you know, more strength per square inch or something, you know, like a gymnast type frame. I can understand that, but very few people, someone who's fast doesn't wish they're slower. Someone who's strong doesn't wish they were weaker. But the physical attributes is what, unfortunately, is the trade-offs they have to make. So if you are faster, most likely you got to be smaller, and if you are stronger, most likely you got to be bigger. So it's the they want the benefits, preferably without the detriments. Do you hold a log above your head? No, I just do regular weight training. So, like, you know, I might, let's say like was it 100 kilos? Let's say maybe 100 kilos. I might be able to do that once or twice above my head. I don't hold it though. I don't like static positionings. I don't think those are fun exercises to do. You can do it, but I mainly go for 5 reps at how much weight you can do for 5 reps. You know, that's the main thing. Or I'll do a percentage of that. So whatever my 5 rep max is, I'll do a percentage of that for multiple reps. So for example, let's say my bench press, I could do, I want to say 265 pounds for 5 reps. Okay, and I can do that for 3 sets. So that's my 5 rep max. All right, so I do like 50% of that, so 135 pounds roughly, and I could do that for 50 reps. So what I'll do is like for 20 minutes, once every 2 minutes, I'll do 5 reps of the bench press and 10 sit-ups and 15 squats. So I'll do that. So actually I'll do more than that. So it'd be, yeah, sorry, 10 sit-ups and let's say 20 jumping jacks. Yeah, so I'll do 5 of the 135-pound bench press, 10 sit-ups and 20 jumping jacks, all in 2 minutes, and then repeat that for 10 times. So in 20 minutes time, I've done those 10 rounds. So that means I've done 50 reps at 135 pounds, 100 or so sit-ups, and 200 or so jumping jacks. You know, and that's a very easy exercise for me, because, you know, again, that's it, like doing the equivalent of, I want to say, a 2-kilometer run. I mean, that's the cardiovascular equivalent of a 2-kilometer run, so it's not that bad. But again, it's fun. Now, obviously, as I'm starting my weight to go down, so as my weight gets lower, then I start adding more of the cardiovascular equivalent. So I still might do the same 50 reps of bench press, but the number of sit-ups and jumping jacks or whatever else I happen to throw in there will increase in the amount I'll do in those 2 minutes. So it just means I have more cardio in there. Yeah, if that makes sense. I mean, doesn't the Navy do Hell Week? Hell Week. That's maybe a Marine. Hell Weeks. That's a Navy SEAL thing. That's not a Navy thing. I'm sure there might be equivalent of, but I was Marine Corps. I never went to Navy boot camp, and we, pretty much it was all. You could like think it was all Hell Week if you wanted to think about it like that. But it's in 3 phases. First phase was at the boot camp in San Diego. Second phase was up north in Camp Pendleton. So that was a 4-week of. That's basically range training. So 2 weeks of it on the rifle range, 2 week of field training, and then come back to San Diego for the last 4 weeks for phase 3. And a lot of that is mainly it's drilling. So it's just a lot of marching, building up to running the 3 miles. And actually, oddly enough, after the second phase, doing all the field training, where you're marching everywhere with a heavy-ass backpack, you end up actually, even though you weren't running fast, because of that type of endurance events, you end up running better. Because again, you can actually train. You don't have to be always running with nothing, wearing the shorts and a t-shirt. That's one way to train. But another way to train is, especially your endurance, is to go a shorter distance carrying more weight. Like imagine how far could you carry half your body weight? So let's say, hey, carry half your body weight for a half a mile or 800 meters, and try to do that within 10 minutes. So that now you've got a distance to cover, a time limit there for your pace, and then of course the weight. Now the weight can change, so it could be you can base it on a percentage of your instead of a percentage of your weight. Let's say a percentage of your ideal body weight. So let's say you're like me, I'm at 25 to 30% body fat. That's not an ideal body weight, so I shouldn't be doing half of 270 or half of 260 pounds. Instead, I should be doing half of 210 or half of 200 pounds. That's where my ideal body weight should be at. And because again, that's my goal, to be going my body weight down there as well. So that's just one way of making sure if you are scaling your exercises, you scale smartly, which is a failure a lot of people do. They don't understand the concept of scaling, basing stuff based on what your real strength is, what your real endurance is, and also, if you're doing body weights, make sure if your body weight's too heavy because you're fat, well then make sure you're scaling it to what your ideal should be, and so be willing to use things that kind of replace your body weight. So use weights instead of or use cables. So if instead of doing a pull up, do the cable pull down. And the weight on there, and don't anchor your legs. Just pretend like you're doing a pull up. Because again, you're almost the same mechanisms anyway, and just as you increase the weight on the cable, obviously when it gets too much where all of a sudden your body weight's not enough to keep to remove the weight on the cable, well then now you switch over to regular exercises. Just one way of approaching it. Yeah, it's kind of funny, because I do relate how to learn, language is, kind of like relating in how you do physical exercises. There are smart ways to go about it, and you can scale up. To where you want to do it at what your level's at. So there's some benefits to that. In our case, so we do it with that. Is structured, vocabulary list can be very helpful. If you don't want to consume something that is, let's say, 70% of the, maybe I don't know how much of it, too much of the vocabulary is unknown, so that it's above your level, so it may not be fun to watch. So same thing like trying to do an exercise where the weight is so far above your strength level to do for that number of reps, again, it's not a very effective exercise. You need to scale that shit down, and know what, and whenever you do exercise, make sure it's for a set time. So the same thing with studying for a language, study for a set time. So it's not just about, I studied for a year. Well, okay, how many hours in a day did you study in that year? And that gives you a better idea of okay, how much did you actually study? So similar with exercise, it's not how far you ran, it's how fast. And it's not how much your bench, how many reps, that sort of thing. And then that's, did you spend an hour in the gym? Okay, good, but in that hour of time, what did you do? If it was just sit around at the water cooler, then yeah, that wasn't really an hour at the gym. If maybe 5 minutes that time was a real exercise. But the reverse is also true. If you put a lot into that 5, 10, or 20 minutes, for me, I do 20 minutes of exercises. But if I said in that 20 minutes, oh yeah, so I did 135-pound bench press for 50 reps in 20 minutes, in addition to 100 sit-ups and 200 jumping jacks. Okay, now all of a sudden you hear, like, you didn't hear I did 20 minutes of exercise, and now all of a sudden you're hearing that, it sounds like, oh my God, that's too much. Whereas it would maybe too much for one person, not nearly enough for another, and for me it was just right. It was right where I want. I know, again, the cardiovascular I felt from it, the amount of the damage or the stress it put on my muscles and my stomach because of the sit-ups part was just enough. It was at my level. And then later on, it's going to be even more. Because like I said, sooner or later, I'll push my strength level up instead of being... Ultimately, my goal would be like, you know, be able to do 300-pound bench press for 5 reps. You know, that would be my goal. And then for the overhead press would be 200 pounds for 5 reps. Squats, 400 pounds for 5 reps. And deadlifts, 500 pounds for 5 reps. That's my goal. And then it's like I wouldn't push my strength beyond that point, because again, there will be unfortunately, you know, to go beyond that would be a lot more. In fact, even getting to that point may be too much. You know, I might want to keep it at where it's at now, which is the multiples of 40 instead of the multiples of 50. Like not starting immersion with a light novel. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, just right now, when you first start off, your immersion can just be with what you're studying. So if you're studying Genki, let the immersion be the Genki. And that's where I would say, like, get the recordings of Genki, strip out all the English part, because you've already learned that, so you don't need the English part in there, and just listen, immerse yourself with the Japanese audio from the Genki books. Or in our case, if you're using the Tango books, play the audio from the chapters that you're doing, then play that on loop. But also mix it in with a show you happen to watch. Now, most of the... let's say it's an anime, and just make it one episode of an anime per every chapter that you finished in Tango. And so now that's about 30 minutes of audio. You know, and just play that on loop. And then it's going to take you a while to get to chapter 2 of Tango, and then by then add in another drop anime. And you could switch out the anime, but just keep it to one and just have that on loop for a while. So you're hearing comprehensible audio from the Tango, so that should be almost 100% comprehensible, mixed in with stuff that's slightly incomprehensible, which is the anime, the 20 minutes of anime that you've recorded. And that's just playing on loop in the background. And that's your immersion that's just at above your level. It's just 20 minutes of it is just above your level, and 10 minutes is right at your level. And then when you add in chapter 2, now you have 20 minutes fully comprehensible, and 40 minutes slightly above comprehension, and then keep adding from there. When you get to my level now, where I'm reading through these stories, now I don't need the structured audio, because I'm beyond that point. So maybe after you finish the N4, now you start not worry about listening to Tango audio anymore. You just care about listening to audio from the stuff that you've actively immersed in, actively read and watched. And let's see, got a question. What would you say is a good range of K-morphs to start reading a light novel? And the way I usually say is have 2,000 words. As I don't know how K-morphs, you got to be really careful, because that number may be slightly higher than what the number of vocabulary. But hey, if you finish the equivalent of Genki 1 and 2, JLPT Tango N4, Core 2K, as long as you got like roughly 2,000 words under your belt, and some basic comprehension, basic grammar, like from Take Him, you should be fine to then start immersing with to start reading light novels. And you don't even have to start with light novels. You can start with anime or dramas. But yeah, and just go with that. In fact, I would say recommend maybe start with dramas or anime, and preferably the slice of life drama, slice of life anime. So don't go with the high fantasy stuff or high sci-fi stuff yet. Just stick with the slice of life daily stuff. And I think you'll find that your brain is picking up a lot. And I think you'll notice you will notice there is that switch in listening, especially when you begin then the process of studying dramas or studying light novels. Like you're actually going in and learning words from that book or from that TV show. Then wow, you're really going to notice like a big switch in your listening. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. Thank you all very much, Kenshin, and a few other people that are watching. I'm going to call that a day. Yeah, this has been enjoyable. sorry I only left it to one episode. I'll do another episode tomorrow, and then I might just do one. Also, yeah, I switched up my, let's see if I want to show this. Yeah, so here's my Anki. I deleted the Tango N2 deck just because, and I need to, the person he's supposed to, he's, you know, and hopefully he delivers out on it. He was supposed to type up the synthesis for the N3. I'll start running through the Shinkansen Master decks, and again, as soon as I got those complete, I will put them on for share with people. I got rid of the other optimized decks for my RTK, my kanji ones. I did have kanji in those decks, but I decided, okay, hey, you know what? I'm just going to stick just to these 1500 as far as reviews go, and I'm going to add. So I had about 1800 kanji, but of my resorted, since I resorted the optimization based purely on frequency, so these 111 I need to add, and a lot of them I'm going to know. I already know that, but still go through there and fix that up. So yeah, that's the current goal. And of course, remembering the kana. I don't know. I should be able to. I should delete that. I don't really need it on my in this particular deck. The reason is I have two accounts, or actually I have multiple accounts for Anki, and I have one where I've set up to where, hey, this is where I'm going to put all the decks that I share. That way I can go, when I do editing, I'll edit it on, I'll do the editing on that deck, on that account, so that I don't accidentally share decks that I've done personally. I've done personal changes on, like my like if I choose a Japanese definition to add onto a card, I shouldn't be sharing that because that's a definition that was to my level. Sorry, it's looks like a silly movie on TV screen. Anyway, hopefully that so yeah, again, this, you can also see how lazy I've been. I mean, look at that. This is like the start of the year, so you can tell I haven't done much of anything. As far as studying goes, I've been reading quite a bit, but I haven't been doing the active studying. In fact, if you see the previous year, same thing. After about yeah, sometime around September or something. Yeah, that right then. Like I was starting to do a lot of reviewing, then all of a sudden around here I stopped. That's when I stopped getting on my my whole study mood, which is unfortunate. And this was yeah, 2019. And see, this is when just so if you ever want to know why I'm not very good in Japanese, this is a big reason. I'm not consistent. I'm not doing the studying that I should do. That's a big reason. Like, if I had just done like 10 words a day and kept up with my reviews, I'd been a much higher amount of vocabulary, which meant my ability in Japanese would be better. Now, obviously, having 10,000 vocabulary and you haven't done any reading, you're going to suck in Japanese. But if you have 10,000 vocabulary and you've done like, you know, you've read for 500 hours or done the equivalent of like 50 light novels, yeah, you're probably going to be pretty damn good in Japanese at, you know, and just the ability of reading, and hopefully if you've done the listening equivalent on top of all that, the passive immersion and active immersion, yeah, you should be good in Japanese. So it's a matter of just showing up and doing the work, being consistent about it. Your level's just going to get better naturally. There's no secret sauce to this. It's just showing up and doing it. The whole reason behind all these methods and whatnot, just the main thing is like, hey, make sure you have access to the material. That's the biggest thing. As long as you got the material and you don't have to think too much about it, keep going on. And then when you get into sentence mining, even that, we try to streamline the process with the use of Morphman so that you're not having to think too much. But you want Morphman because it's finding stuff that you found enjoyable. So you're learning from that material, which is just more effective. But yeah, some people, if you decide, hey, you don't like doing the studying from stuff you like, sentence mining, you enjoy the Tango, do that, but make sure you still got to keep the reading in there. You still got to read every day. You don't have to read it if you don't care for anime or dramas. You enjoy reading nonfiction stuff, go with that. It doesn't, you know, again, it just, you know, the choice is up to you. There's so much material out there for Japanese. It's just sometimes you could say there's too much, because now you give somebody too many choices, they make no choice. So sometimes for some people it's better if you just go and tell them, here, do this, do this, do this, and that they prefer that type of guidance, and you get more effect out of that. Fine, that works as well. It just, it's just a matter. It just depends on the person. But at least the material's out there to do it. All right, I think I've talked enough on that. So thank you all very much. This is Nuke Marine. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, later.